Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast about the new season of Sense8. I'm Kristin.
I'm Fred Lossifer.
Love it. We're here to talk about episode 4, Polyphony. Am I saying that correctly?
Sure. No. I pronounce it polyphony.
Polyphony?
But I never looked it up, and I like to fancy shit up that doesn't need to be fancy.
Sounds a lot better. Anyway, before we get started, I want you guys to all run to your phones and computers and follow us on Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Give us a review on iTunes. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. Give us 5 stars on SoundCloud. No matter where you can go.
I gave us 5 stars on iTunes. It's not hard to do.
It's not hard to do whatsoever. Specifically about me and Michael. And also... do check out the other podcast we're covering currently, which is American Gods, Fargo, Better Call Saul. We have Game of Thrones and Orange is the New Black coming up. Mm-hmm. I think Michael just recently did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I know Foxman and Mothman are doing Covenant soon because it comes out this week, so that'll be good.
Yeah, and then if you have any feedback, requests for shows or movies, anything that maybe we could binge watch and cover on our best ofs. We're very good at binge watching as TV covers. So please email us at boobtubebuddies@gmail.com. And let's kick this big.
Let's kick this big. We don't condone animal abuse.
All right, so this episode, actually, let's sum it up in a tweet first and then we'll go over it.
Yeah, this sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, we're summing it up, so summing it up. Summing it up, oh yeah, we're summing it up. Oh yeah, we're summing it up, so summing it up. Summing it up and up.
Tweet.
You want to go first?
No, I went first last time.
Did you?
I did.
All right.
You first.
Let me find it. I gotta go through my complicated, extensive notes that I do for all you guys. Okay. Water religion in the feds got our heroes losing their heads. And Jonas has to say farewell while Sun beats a cop all to hell.
That was good. That was seriously solid. I like that. I like it. Okay, so mine's not... Okay. Oh, we'll see. What did you say? Polyphony?
Polyphony?
Is that what you said?
Sure.
Okay. So my summary of a tweet is, Polyphony was its name. Religion and politics was its game. Jonas is dead as far as I know, but ask the dude in front of me because he's watched the entire show.
That's awesome. That's nice. And that is summing it up in a tweet. Okay, so what'd you think of this episode?
I liked it. It was a good continuation on from the last episode. In between breaks, you had mentioned that there's a lot of similarities and a lot of bleed over.
Yeah, I thought this one and the previous episode really were...
Two-parter.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of like a special. They were very, very tied together,
yeah.
And there were a lot of similarities.
Yeah, and we pick up exactly where we left off in the museum. And Nomi pretty much says, dude's dead.
Yeah.
And Nomi pretty much says, cops were called before any of this happened, so this has to be a setup.
Croomsy's dead.
Croomsy's dead. Croomsy's dead. Croomsy's. Yeah, I like it. Croomsy's even better. Change approved. And yeah, somebody had called the police before the attack even happened. So I like the whole step in here. Soon steps in for Will. Leto steps in for Riley.
Yeah, I love the Leto. Listen,
It's just Leto. Can I have Leto all day long?
Maybe you guys are getting tired of the Leto stuff, but whatever. If you're tired of Leto, you're not watching the show.
Exactly.
But the histrionics when he takes over for Riley and starts screaming. It's like
he's such a great... I don't know if it's just great acting or what it is. There's something that can seriously... He's like magnetic.
That's it. Yeah, you're just like you're drawn to the character. I can't put my finger on it, but maybe the way he looks sincerely friendly. Like if I saw the actor walking down the street, I'm like, hey,
completely approachable,
right?
Like you want to hang out with them. And then okay, so we have the distraction that is being created so Will can get out and eventually Riley as well, and they do. And then as soon as they get out, they run into Wolfgang, who's been freaking MIA.
Yeah, and he apologizes for it, but he's got the news we talked about last episode that, you know, he's met another Sense8 and he thinks she can help.
My immediate reaction was such a girl. Like, my neck went left and right, and my fingers wanted to make a Z formation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Who is she? Who is she?
Well, even when he's talking about it, you see Kala make a face. Like,
I even remember watching it for the first time in Kala's face. I'm like, homegirl, I get it.
She's getting
I
territorial.
don't like it. I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Because you know how much I love my Wolfgang Kala.
I know.
So, I don't like it.
No, I like, to me, they those two have the best chemistry. So, yeah, you do get a little possessive of them.
Hell yeah, you do. But so the one, and pretty much Nomi says, listen, you don't know if she's working with, I was about to say BPA. BPO. You don't know if she's working with that bad plastic. You don't know if she's working with BPO or not.
Right.
And Wolfgang, you got to be careful as she's talking to thin air.
Uh-huh.
And that's where Bug. What's so funny is he goes from like really relatable, serious character, like, you can trust me.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then all of a sudden he goes back to annoying fucking Bug.
Right.
Once he's told.
Yeah, so like I said, that was one of those moments we talked about it in the last episode, that there's going to be a couple scenes with Bug that I'm actually like, for a moment, I'm like, oh, that's good. Like, I like that. We need more of that. And then he immediately slips back into Crazy Bug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, I could hang with you. Never mind. I knew why again.
Yeah, so, but in order to continue, like, he's just like, okay,
I thought it was a huge mistake.
to tell him.
Yes.
Yeah, so she lets him know that she's a sensei. They explain everything to him. His mind is blown, in typical Bug fashion. But I think you have to say something. I mean, they're living with him. You can't just keep having conversations with people that aren't there and doing all this stuff.
Well, yeah. Have you ever seen a Goofy movie?
Well, yeah. Wait, are you talking about a Goofy movie or a movie that's Goofy?
No, a Goofy movie.
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, it's a Disney movie about Goofy. And there's one character called Max, and he's like, it's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa. And that's how he talks the whole time. It's Bug. And I'm like, well, when I can relate you to a fucking Disney character,
Yeah, right. That's
then
bad.
there's a problem.
Yeah, it's
You've ruined me. Thank you, Michael.
It's I know, but you ruined Nomi, so the whole thing is a wash.
Exactly.
Like, the whole thing's like just we can.
Thank
just,
God for Amnesia.
Right. That's all we need, and give it time. But so they tell Bug, and then we jump
You get a
to
very what's common montage scene. That's like a peaceful scene where you kind of go through a couple of the characters.
Oh,
and there's some music.
Is this her dancing?
Well, we're in.
She's doing Tai Chi.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so like,
but it felt very Sense8 montage-y.
I wrote down sun hiding out, beautiful handstands.
Gorgeous handstand.
She has beautiful hands. Like every time I watch it, and I've seen it a lot, I'm like, she's just got really pretty hands, like artful hands. I was like, I like watching that scene. There's something aesthetically pleasing about it.
Really, I have to go back and watch her hands.
Or she's got like long, slender fingers, and nothing's broken or crooked or something. I don't know.
What my mom calls piano hands.
Exactly. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used to have piano hands, but now my body caught up with them.
Yeah.
And now they're just normal hands.
Yeah. Arthritically knotted fingers I'm growing.
Exactly. I crack my knuckles. I don't put lotion on them. So definitely not anywhere near the sun.
Yeah, and I'm realizing I took bad notes for this, so I apologize.
Oh, it's all good. I took ridiculous amounts of notes.
Yeah, but yours is in a better form. Mine's just character to character. I'm never going to do this again.
So why don't I start, and then you can just...
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I react to what you got to say.
Exactly. Okay, so you get that moment, and then it ends up leading up to Kala and Wolfgang in the bathroom, which apparently is their favorite place to meet up in.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. You could probably find a sexier place.
You could. But what
I mean, Shonda Rhimes did it in Grey's Anatomy. The place to meet where all these big moments happen are in elevators.
But so we're getting a little bit more. So we get back into the Kala and Wolfgang thing
I
that
didn't
you
like
and,
this scene, though.
that you and I like, huh?
I didn't like this scene, though. The way they acted it, I was like, ooh, are they overdoing it? I don't feel the chemistry. But
Right.
then all of a sudden, Leela comes in. And
Yeah, and I think the chemistry, like
bikinis everything up.
Yeah, he's being standoffish, like, you know, and so she's finally like like Kala's being a little bit more aggressive. Like maybe I'm not a good person.
Yes, I put. Leela takes away from Kala's whole "What if I'm really a bad girl" speech.
Yeah, but I like the scene because I like Leela jumping in. Leela.
I liked the scene. I'm saying their chemistry though
okay.
didn't feel the same as it normally did.
Yeah, but we go back to, like I said in the last episode, I like how mischievous Leela is, and she's like, "Oh, are you talking to somebody else? This could be interesting." Like she's a freak. I'm like, and I love it.
Oh, she's a troublemaker.
Yeah. But
I like it.
And this is where, like, so Kala gets interrupted, and she's at a museum. Just to give a little bit of background, she's at a museum with Rajan and his buddy Ajay, who is super sleazy. Like he's just like player type guy who comes up there, and it's almost like he's trying to seduce her, knowing that she's his friend's wife.
As if it's a game.
Yeah, and she kind of picks up on it before she goes to the bathroom. Like, she looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah, so I just want to throw that in there because he is a recurring character.
Hashtag gross, and this whole situation's hashtag messy.
Yeah. So they go through that. Colin Wolfgang have their little moment, and then she's interrupted and pulled out of it. And the next thing, he's sitting in a Ferrari with Leela watching the crime boss from the first season, the German crime boss, which is interesting.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, the bald guy when he walks.
Damn iPhone.
Oh.
A little tiny screen.
Oh yeah, no, so that's who she's following, is that German crime boss that we saw.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
that's interesting.
So that was like important.
Okay.
Especially since she's got that relationship with Sebastian Fuchs.
Well, thank you for catching that, because we would be half the podcast if somebody didn't notice that, because that's big. So.
The benefits of having no life and watching it 6 or 7 times.
Well, the benefits of having 2 watchers. No, trust me.
Yeah.
I would have been just as lame as you are if I had internet. So. Funny.
It's the time, not the internet.
That's true too. Okay, so this next scene with Min Young and Soon.
This is where they're sitting around eating.
No. This is actually where they're up on the rooftop. And they're having a cigarette.
Sorry.
And Min Young says to her that Soonjin, the girl I thought she was going to have a 3-way with in the last episode, not 3-way with, but
that she should have.
That she should have had
right.
Sexual relations with in the last one. 2 lines Min Young says in this that got me choked up both times. And the first one was, "You have a heart as soft as a baby bird."
Yeah, that's sweet.
And I'm laughing because I typed, "You have a head as soft as a baby bird."
She has been in a lot of fights.
Doesn't have as much punch to it.
Yeah. You need to protect yourself more.
Your head is as soft as a baby bird. I cried. Lost it completely. But she said, whatever you do, whatever you decide, you could get revenge on your brother, you could just walk away, but whatever you do not let it be at the cost of your beautiful heart.
Yeah.
Cue sobbing, because
it was a nice scene. Like
it
was a really heartfelt scene, and I think it's kind of maybe the first time Sun questions whether or not she actually I think she's challenged by it, but I think it's the first time she really starts taking into account that maybe she just...
Does she need revenge?
Right, exactly.
She might want it, but is it a need that might cost her herself?
Yeah.
So, then we have, so this is a big scene. You've got your Kala Cassius Amanita scene. You've got Kala in the temple and it's pretty much craziness everywhere. I'm kind of curious as to why they tied Nomi and Amanita running into I wanted to say the detective, what's his name?
Yeah, Bendix.
I feel like it could have just been a scene alone with Kala and Cassius.
Real quick.
Yes.
So before we get to the Amanita running from Bendix, she works at a store in San Francisco called City Lights. If you're not familiar with that, a lot of people will.
Oh, it's real?
It is real. And it's actually like a famous bookstore.
Oh, see, I thought it just looked like the bookstore from Notting Hill. Like,
they
just replaced Hugh Grant with Amanita in like a small, tiny bookstore.
I've actually got a story tied to it, but it's where like all like the beat authors and stuff like this, like they congregated there. So really? It's really famous. Yeah, and there was a poet that worked there. I don't know, he was part ownership, but his name was Lawrence Ferlinghetti, and I actually wrote to him a couple times and
Really?
tried to get a job at
Really?
that bookstore. Yeah.
Really?
I was young, like I was in my, I want to say my early 20s. But yeah, it was very cool that he wrote me back though.
He did?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
No, he just like he was at UCF speaking.
Go fuck yourself?
No, he was
just
cool
kidding.
about it. Like I wrote him, and like at first it was just like some questions here and there. I was like, oh, I saw you at UCF. Da 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 da.
Is this before Twitter?
Oh yeah.
This is like
This is
the OG Twitter.
This is a handwritten.
Correspondence.
Yeah. And
like it.
yeah, so he wrote me back. He's like, thanks for the letter. Da 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 da.
Really?
He answered some questions I had. Like I'd asked him about like Jack Kerouac, who's one of my favorite authors of all time.
That's
so he
so
was
cool.
super cool. Yeah, but we wrote back and forth like I want to say like 3 times. It was awesome.
How badass.
I know.
That's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. So has that store been completely ruined by its
I don't know.
being famous and
I've never
overrun with?
never followed my dreams, so I've never been out there. But the 2 authors that are speaking in there, one of them is David Mitchell, who wrote Cloud Atlas, which is a movie the Wachowskis did, which is interesting. And the other guy is another famous author who
Good
wrote a
little
movie
tie-in.
called Lazarus Project, which is
I've heard of
yeah,
that.
I've heard it too. I don't know anything about
They
it.
made a movie.
Yeah, but they're legitimate.
Pretty sure I've seen that
Authors.
title on Netflix.
Yeah, so have I. So it's, but I've never watched the movie. But
Me neither.
Either how they're like the favorite authors of the Wachowskis.
Wachowskis?
You know who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
I do. The 2 sisters. So,
Back on track.
are you a poet? And you didn't know it?
I
But
used
your
to-
feet show it because they're Longfellows?
I used to write a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't anymore, but I used to write a lot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you write good poetry. I write Dr. Seuss poetry, but...
I used to, but you have to do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, if you're not writing all the time, you're not going to write good.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, moving on. I was just
Yeah,
actually
sorry.
sorry.
I didn't mean to
Tangent.
sidetrack us completely, but
No, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. And hopefully you do too. So Capheus is in the riot over water access.
right, and he's got Zakiya with him and her news crew.
Yes. And Kala is in the temple and it's being overrun with a protest as well. Kind of relating to what happened to her father-in-law, right?
Yeah, I mean, partially, like, so her father-in-law got stabbed because his political party, I guess, is trying to, like, I don't know if it's outlaw religion, but at least restrict it. And so all the people who are at the temple are, up in arms against him.
Okay, so this ties into not only him getting stabbed, but him running for office?
Yeah, whatever his political ties are, it's tied into that.
Okay, got it. I was wondering why they were so upset that he would run for office, but that makes sense because obviously it caused an insane
Right.
uproar.
Yeah, this is kind of what they were worried about.
Got it. Okay, and then like I said, we had Amanita running from Bendix, and then this is another Sense8.
Yeah, and this
Mixer.
is right. And this is this is the opening line of my tweet. So you got Capheus in the riot, you got Kala in the riot, and then you got Nomi freaking out about Amanita. One of these things is not like the others.
Yes, that's why I'm saying like.
I mean, I
don't know
maybe
if you
it's
needed
just
to mix that.
like I hate to keep dumping on the character, but I'm like, yeah, I mean, chill out. She's running.
Especially what she says at the end. I thought they were gonna die, but really the only thing I cared about was you.
Yeah.
Like, did you need to put any of that in?
No, it's just overdone. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm probably too negative on it by this time, so I'm just looking for a reason to dislike it, I think.
Well, no, I think you are right that when she had a better role and better writing and a better story behind her, it was a lot more fun to watch. But they're throwing in meaningless shit like Amanita being part of this montage or whatever it is you want to call it.
Yeah,
we need to find a name. We need to come up or make up a name for when they
Yeah.
cross, hang out.
It feels forced with the Nomi storyline. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been awesome with just Kala and Capheus. Didn't need the third party.
That's what I thought. Like, and it was just completely pointless. That's why I actually had to watch it a second time to understand at the end why Nomi was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because I guess I missed her just getting, because there was riot, and then I saw a detective and I ran.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I mean, and is she talking to her the whole time she's on the motorcycle? Well, I don't, like,
Yeah, I didn't get it.
it was out of place. That's all.
It was very out of place. But Capheus is a badass,
Yeah.
and eventually got the guy to give in.
Yeah, so he, the scene with the baby and all that, and it's, Right, he's just a calming influence.
I had Kala and Amanita get away, and Capheus got his way.
Yes, he did.
He did. So it's true. And so then we have Riley meets a chemical engineer, and you kind of find out more about the pill that
Puck. I love guys named Puck because I grew up on
Real World San
Yeah.
Francisco. I was really hoping when they zoomed into him, they would have gotten that guy to play him.
Is that guy alive?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Puck was dead for some reason.
No, hasn't overdosed yet.
No, I know the other guy is dead from the show.
Well, yeah.
I know.
That was depressing. Everybody knows that.
I know, but I thought Puck was dead too.
Okay, you want to hear something more depressing?
Oh.
All right, here we go. Real World is not available on Hulu or Netflix.
Oh.
That's depressing. If I would give my right eye just to watch the Miami season one more time.
The San Francisco season is the season I remember the most.
Not Seattle?
No.
You don't remember when Steven hit the girl with lupus?
No.
I think
No,
it's
San
lupus.
Francisco is my
Lyme
wheelhouse. San Francisco is my wheelhouse. I think there was another. Maybe it's Miami. Oh, and New York was the other one I think I remember pretty well.
That was a good one too. All right, moving on.
Yeah, we can always do that.
This is Sense8 episode 4 Tangent. Just kidding. Okay, so she meets a chemical engineer in Puck, and we learn about the pill that Whispers has been taking. And it, right? That's what it is?
The blockers.
The blockers. It inhibits entactogens, which block empathetic connects rather than exciting it.
Those are fantastic notes.
Sorry.
You got the scientific part of it now.
So pretty much what it means is any empathy or anything, it shuts it off. Anything that connects you with something, that makes you relate to something, completely blocks it off.
Right. So this is a good scene too because I don't know if like I like Kala and Riley, so I like to see them interacting in this scene. So they
I call it being sneaky.
They do the thing, and then the other guy there, what's it? Did you get his name? The promoter?
Oh no, I call him douchebag.
Douchebag. That's a
Sorry.
good name for him. But anyhow, so douchebag apparently has had a relationship with Riley, and
My notes say awkward.
yeah, it was awkward. And like Will's there, like, who is this guy?
But again, I know we agree, but Lito is the best part.
He's like, I think he's sexy.
And then the dude quotes his movie.
Yeah.
And the guy he thinks is sexy calls his movies cheesy. He's like, I don't like him.
Yeah. I love how shallow he is.
It's so great.
Yeah.
There's something so pure.
It's
honest,
not shallow, right?
Amazing.
It's not shallow, it's sensitive.
Yet, like, it's shallow sensitive.
Yeah.
It's sensitive.
Yeah.
Because you can even take the most shallow parts of Lito and still find them completely endearing.
Yeah, but like he says it, he's like, oh, I don't trust him after all. And there's a moment between him and Kala, and once I saw that, I'm like, I would like to see more Lito and Kala. Because
Did I miss that?
No, well, it's just momentarily, so if you missed it, it wasn't a big thing. But I'm like, that's a dynamic I want to see more of because I think they're probably the two most fun-loving people of the Sense8.
Yes, yeah.
So I would like to see them interact more.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know, Capheus is supposed to be like
Yeah, Capheus
the
is too.
fun-loving.
But he gets a lot of Kala time.
He does.
Yeah, so I would like to see
Because
more.
there's a difference between their courage.
Yeah, that's true. But I would like to see more Lito and Kala.
Lito and Kala would be amazing. I would love to see Lito take over Kala as lying and trying to bullshit something.
Yes, that would be very good.
That would be amazing.
Right.
I would love that. Okay, so then we move on, and this kind of is an extension of the first part where Kala and Capheus, as it should be, and Capheus is doing the official interview on TV about his intervention with the riots.
That's a real news person, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's her name? I got it right here. Kobe Kahara. She's a real TV host.
That's really funny because I was more like Carmen Kiva.
Yeah, that's her actual show. That's the actual station, NTV.
They're both CCs.
Yeah, I like that it's NTV because when I first heard him say it, I was like, oh, he wants to be on MTV? That's awesome. Don't we all?
I can't believe she's actually real. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't something about it. I saw it. I'm like, let me look that up. And,
Really?
Yeah, and I was
Good
like,
call.
oh, she is. She's legit.
Seriously good call. And then I do love the line. Okay, and then you also have Kala. who is now learning that she is round-the-clock security because of all of this stuff. But my favorite line, honestly, with the whole Cathius interview, which I do have to look down for, I'm sorry. We expect leaders to take us where we want to go. And when that doesn't happen, that's when there's the real problem.
Yeah. There's another line in there, and I wish I could remember what it was. I should have written this down, but he talks about how leaders become politicians.
Yes.
When they stop.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the moment. When they stop, it's just literally following that line. He goes, and when that doesn't happen, that's when they become politicians. And you see the look on Zacchaeus' face like, yes, that was gold.
That is a very good line.
It was a great line.
Right.
He has given really good lines, I'm not going to lie. Do you still miss the old Cathius?
I think the old Cathius is a better actor. And I think there's something, this is going to sound, I don't know how bad this is going to sound, but there's something more pleasing about his appearance. I think it's because this guy has really small ears, and I can't take my eyes off his small ears.
I think it's a smile. The previous Cathius had a smile that was infectious. And I'm not saying that this one has a bad smile, but there was something Leto-like about his smile where you couldn't put your finger on it, but you just had to love it.
Yeah. So, I agree with you. Like, I did prefer the last Cathius.
I'm not saying the new Cathius does a bad job. You do not do a bad job at all.
Right. No, he's likable. What is it? I think when he's happy, like when he gets excited, I do like him a lot. Mm-hmm. But I just overall.
But you got so excited when the first Cathius got excited.
Yeah.
Because that smile got even bigger, and you're like, I'm just full of joy.
Yeah.
So now this is one of the biggest parts of the entire episode.
You want to do 2 truths first and then come back to it?
Good call.
Cool. We'll cut to 2 truths and 1 little lie, and then another ad, and we'll be back after that.
Bye.
Let's play a game called
2 truths and 1 big
Little Lie.
You want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I just want to get this over with because I apologize. There's literally next to nothing about this guy except for like maybe a handful of stuff.
Okay.
So, okay. Mine is about Brian Jacob Smith, Lil Gorski. Truth 1. Brian J. Smith was nominated for a Tony Award for his role in Tennessee Williams' play The Glass Menagerie. Truth 2. In a recent interview, Brian J. Smith stated his favorite movie was Braveheart. Truth 3. Brian J. Smith also claims that Breaking Bad is his favorite show.
Yeah, those...
Really sorry. Not a lot of info.
I am not a Breaking Bad fan, so that is why I'm going to say it's number 3.
Wrong!
Number
2. Number 2 is about Joshua Jackson, who plays Pacey on Dawson's Creek.
Oh.
That's his favorite movie is Braveheart. But Brian J. Smith loves Breaking Bad.
Yeah, well...
I know.
Not everybody can be perfect.
That was so intensely crazy. I'm really sorry about that.
No, I'm always the odd man out when it comes to Breaking Bad and Stranger Things.
You don't like Stranger Things or Breaking Bad?
No.
At all?
At all.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this off air?
Eventually.
Okay.
All right, so I had Tuppence Middleton.
Okay.
I always want to throw an S into that last name.
Middleton.
Okay, who plays Riley Blue? So, truth 1. If the name Middleton sounds familiar, it's because she shares it with her cousin Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge. Kate Middleton, you know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dude, I'm a chick.
I know.
Who references Dawson's Creek? Of course I know it.
Truth 2. Boob Tube Buddies and Black Mirror fans may recognize her for her role in the episode White Bear of Black Mirror, where she played Jem, the buddy to the star of the episode.
White Bear.
Did you watch Black Mirror?
White Bear. Which one was that?
That's the one where the girl wakes up with no memory and finds out she's a child killer.
Okay, so can you repeat that second one?
Sure. Boob Tube Buddy and Black Mirror fans, because I wanted to add this in there, may recognize her for her role in that episode called White Bear, where she played Jem, the companion that the girl runs into when she finds him at the convenience store.
Yeah.
Okay. Truth 3. While in school, she played Sarah Brown in Guys and Dolls, the same role played by Boob Tube Betty, Bethany, when she was in high school.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Can I have one again? I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I tried to make them a little more creative. If the name Middleton sounds familiar, it's because she shares it with her cousin Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge.
Okay, so here's the problem. One seems outlandish. So outlandish that it could be true. But I feel like I would have heard that. I feel like I would have heard that. Fuck, I'm gonna go for one.
You're right.
I'm like, I know too much about celebrity gossip to not know that already.
Yeah, but I guess she gets the question all the time. Like, people always ask her if she's related to Kate Middleton.
Oh, okay. Well, that's offensive.
Why?
Oh, just because she's British and has the last name Middleton?
I mean, that's how I operate. It's just nobody cool's got the last name Frere. Otherwise, I tell them I'm related like a motherfucker.
Middleton and Frere are a little different.
Ah, I said my last name.
Uh-oh.
Just ignore that.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have to edit that out.
They don't know how to spell it at school.
We'll cut to a ad right now, and then we'll be right back. Bye.
And one big
Little lie.
Hello, I'm Julia Child. I'm a famous French chef. Chances are you know me from my famous cookbook. You know, the one you got in that gift exchange years ago and put on your bookshelf to make it look like you care about cooking. But I know your dirty secret. You can't cook or read. Reading is hard. But good news! Blue Apron is here to help. Just go to blueapron.com/BTB and you'll receive $30 off meals sent right to your door. So you can go back to pretending you know what bourguignon means. Your friends will be so impressed.
All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that ad and that game, and where I lose again.
You won last time.
I know, but
And I lost.
I'm like 1 in 5.
It was like double.
Okay.
I'm like, so episode 3. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. So we were coming to a major moment here.
Yeah, Lido finds Senor Pascual.
Yeah, so he tracks down Raul Pascual's dad, and we found out in the last episode that Lido had this history with one of Angelica's cluster children, who was an interviewer from Mexico, and he apparently had a little afternoon delight.
Yes. All I have is hooking up.
Yeah, and it's like it's a really interesting scene because obviously this is a Lido that, even though he's still in the closet, and we saw that earlier in season 1, this is a Lido who really doesn't appear to have gone down that road yet.
No, he looks like a farm boy for some reason.
Yeah.
His jeans are like Wranglers that are too tight with his flannel top. Like, is that the outfit you've been looking for?
No, that's not the outfit.
If that is, I can help you find it. It's
But
not
just
a problem.
like just the way he reacts to the contact, like, you know, like it just is
unfucking comfortable.
Yeah, it's like sensory overload for him.
Mm-hmm. Sensorium overload.
Sensorium overload. Nice.
I'm gonna blow my sensorium overload.
Pretty much what it looks like he's doing. Yeah, right. So like he's just, it's too much for him to have that level of emotion.
He's like, demasiado. That's too much in Spanish.
Good. Okay.
For you,
I was going to ask you
English
off air,
people.
but
And I learned it 5 years ago, and now anytime I want to say too much, I never say it. I just say demasiado. So yeah, he ends up talking to his dad, and his dad's super sweet. And then mentions a room that he never goes in.
yeah,
That was Raul's room. And you see a bunch of pictures, including a cabin, including Angelica. And then he reveals the VHS behind the movie poster of Lido.
right. And so like I guess the police came and searched the room too after he disappeared, and they never found the thing. And but the cabin picture, just to go back to that, I don't know if we discussed it. The cabin is I don't know if they found how they found that, because this is the second time it's referenced, so that's not new. But I don't think we talked about it, did we?
No.
It's apparently a place where Angelica was before, and
Angelica's on my shit list.
she should be.
Okay, good.
Her background is getting sketchier and sketchier.
Yeah,
with
it
each-
really is. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her now, honestly. For some reason, there's something I just do not like.
Yeah, but the cabin itself is tied to some history between BPO, and I don't know if it was a hideout or what it was, but it does come into play.
There's something behind it. Yeah. And then you actually get to see the video that he had saved, which was an early experiment with Todd.
Soups creeps.
So creepy. Whispers and young Milton.
Clovey.
Or no, Whispers is young Milton and Dr. Clovey.
Yeah, and it's Todd on the table, who we referred to.
Who ruins everything.
Fucking Todd.
Fucking Todd, man. Gets what coming to him, right?
He does get what's coming to him, it looks like. Because they got him hooked up. We've seen it before. He's got the scar on his forehead. Whispers puts on the magic helmet, which is... It's a little ridiculous looking.
I feel like it's a joke helmet.
It's a joke helmet.
Like, it's like a science project, third grade science project helmet.
It looks like something that Jim Carrey wore in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, absolutely. Nailed it. Yes. It's when he put it on, I'm like, all right, did they just not give enough money to the props department?
Yeah. Like, it's like, maybe your budget got stretched
We're going to put a bunch of tiny light bulbs.
Yeah. But
right on top of one of those mixing bowls.
But it's obviously like an early experiment with him hijacking Sense8.
Yeah.
And he's able to make him write his name on a piece of paper, which, dude, little narcissistic.
I mean, Milt's so full of himself.
Yeah, but then he takes the helmet off and he gets evil.
The song You're So Vain is literally about him.
Wow. I bet he thinks it's about him.
Doesn't he? Doesn't he? I
just want to say, he takes that helmet off and he gets like crazy face.
He does. I'm sorry. I would never want to be in the same room with that guy. Well done, Sense8, because I officially am creeped out by that dude.
Yeah.
The fact that you call him Milton and Whispers.
And
done.
Gibbons. Milton Whisper Givens is a strange name to have.
Yeah. Not a fan. And then you get the phone call, the heartbreaking phone call.
Yeah, so it's Raul. He's got
and he has a scar.
He's got the scar.
So is that...
And Angelica's with him, so she's obviously...
So that's where I stopped trusting Angelica.
Yeah, so she's obviously in on it to a certain extent. And she's holding the phone up, and the guy can't even say anything. And his dad's just like, oh, I love you, and that's the last time he ever heard from him.
You've seen those movies or TV shows where somebody bad, like, does something bad, but looks into that person's eyes like they're in pain?
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Angelica. About her in that scene. Like, you act like you're in pain, but you're actually the one partly causing this.
It's a little uncomfortable, too, because whatever they're doing to try and make Daryl Hannah look younger, mixed with her bad plastic surgery, it's...
I want it over.
Disconcerting.
They can kill her. I'm good with that.
They killed her in the first episode.
I know, but they can really kill her. Like, actually kill her.
Yeah.
Not like Vampire Diaries kill her. Like, actually kill her.
Yeah.
My references.
No, but they're like,
for CW people only.
Yeah, I think they're just locked into her. Less.
Guys,
at least
she is not Splash anymore. Let's just really get to that.
No, she is not. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm always like on my phone looking at people's Wikipedia pages when I watch it. So good looking when she was young.
Oh my god, she's gorgeous in Splash.
So disturbing now.
Gorgeous. And now she is like, she's stuffed like a turkey, fucking pinched, like, ugh. Cue the bad email.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the Botox sometimes takes a while to settle in.
I'm from New Zealand, which has nothing to do with Daryl Hannah, and I'm very upset about what you've said about him. You like my horrible accent that doesn't go on.
All our accents are bad on Boob Tube Buddies.
And then I love this part where Detective Moon comes to look for Sun.
Yeah.
This is badass.
It is badass. I mean, so they come to the old lady's apartment and they search it, and she quick knocks out one of the cops, and then she runs for it. And why she runs up, I'll never understand.
Yeah,
this actually
not a smart move.
But this is not a Sense8 thing. This is something I've been noticing a lot in TV and movies, is that people go up.
Well, it's the only way to be able to get caught.
Exactly.
Because there's no explanation if you went down why you got caught.
Yeah. But
easy way out.
Who would go up? Nobody's going up.
Nobody's going up.
But
she thought maybe she could jump because she's so, like, nimble.
But she gets up there, they fight, she kicks his ass, and she does, fans of Matrix will recognize the scorpion kick. That what's-her-name used to do, where you bend over and kick him in the head with the bottom of your foot.
Yep.
But there's a level of recognition there.
Such like a meet cute, but yet again.
Yeah.
So adorable.
And we find out this is the guy we saw in season 1.
She lost her V-card too.
She lost her V-card too.
And like, this was like, I mean, I'm a huge romantic comedy fan, so as soon as that happened, I'm like, aw,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Well, because you're wondering, because she really doesn't have anybody.
No.
So she's like, I think, is she the last one now that's really on her own?
I could tell, though, before they even, like, when she had her hands up and she was frozen and he was acting like, it's cool, bro, it's cool.
Yeah.
I was like, something cute's going to happen out of this. So then when it turned out to be that, I'm like, oh, that was way cuter than I could ever expect. I loved all of that.
Yeah, so that's great because I wanted to have somebody.
She's a little baby bird who deserves somebody.
I know. Well, baby bird head.
She's got a baby bird head.
But like, as much as I've said like they need to watch the content, they do have to give her something else other than.
She cannot just be this stereotypical badass martial arts.
Yeah, I know she's got her brother, but that's not like a real relationship. That's just he's her antagonist.
Exactly.
And they're never together.
And you cannot make the only really real relationship she has by the women who's been abused by other men.
So fingers crossed on that.
Okay. Me too. Okay, so final thing, we have Will and Nomi having a flashback nightmare where he can kind of see inside the other cluster. It's not registering.
It's not registering.
He wakes up to hear Angelica's voice begging him to help Jonas, who's being rolled into an operating room.
Oh yes, sorry.
Okay.
I forget the Jonas storyline sometimes.
Where BPO is going to kill Jonas and wants the cluster to watch.
It was in my summing up.
My last note is cue lobotomy.
Yeah, I mean, how did I not remember this? It is in my tweet. But this is where Jonas says goodbye.
Yeah.
And then the episode ends with...
Can we do spoiler alert for even me too?
What?
He gone? He done? We done?
I mean, I can't answer the question without it being a spoiler.
That's what I said. Let's spoil for everybody.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay, I figured.
Yeah, so...
But not dead or back by, like, Angelica back?
Back.
Cool.
Yeah, like, so...
Exciting.
Yeah.
I don't need any more.
Okay.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah, but you do see them, like, sawing into
I like Naveen Andrews.
Yeah, you do see the saw coming across his head.
You see the come across his head?
The come across his head, yeah. Saw is the guy's name.
just turn it off.
Yeah.
His name's Jigsaw?
Right, and this is a whole new kind of horror movie. But that's where the episode ends. I'm really excited about particularly the next, 3 episodes.
So here's my question. Should I just prep for the next 3 then?
I mean, however...
Do they come kind of together? I need to know.
What, all 8 of them?
No, the next 3 episodes, are they kind of...
I don't know, but I recall having a lot of fun.
Pizza Hut Taco Bell combination?
What I'm saying is they're a lot of fun.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the next 3 episodes from just a fun standpoint.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
We'll have a party next week.
It's probably Lito's
Maybe we'll
storyline.
drink some margaritas with it.
Margaritas, yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will see you later, little buddy.
You're going to ask me to do it?
Tie a bow on this bitch?
We'll see you next time, little buddies.